best practices, as we like to call it. We have our moments, right? We all kind of figure some stuff out that works. And what we saw was just, attribution goes down. Facebook's messing with your conversions. There's all these things that we're not in control of. You know what you're in control of? Tried and true. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. The mail's coming.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the High Level Spotlight Sessions, where we showcase awesome marketers doing awesome marketing. Today, I'm joined by Dave Carroll. He is the founder of Dope Marketing, which is a direct mail automation agency. Dave, thank you so much for coming on to chat.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
It's good to speak. It's good to see you again, speak with you again. I'm excited. You know what? We just did our first mastermind, in-person mastermind in Dallas, and direct mail, I feel like, was a hot topic. It was getting a lot of love.
It is kind of a hot topic. You heard over the years, the gurus, the people, direct mail's dead. Let me know that when the post office stops sending it. That's when I will believe that this stuff doesn't work. Until then, there's actually a way to get something physical in people's hands that is very trackable, that has high conversions, and is not very expensive.
Well, Josh Nelson was at the event, and he did like a show of hands. How many people get more email than they do direct mail these days? And everybody's hand went up, and it was kind of an eye opener. Like, wow, okay, we've come full circle here. Now this is the underutilized opportunity here. So first of all, what is direct mail marketing? Let's start there in case anybody doesn't understand what we're talking about.
Direct mail marketing is getting one of these things, a postcard, in the hand. So Dave, the business owner, the agency, the client, whatever, wants to put, what did the Harvard Business Study say? 7 to 11 touches was the stat to get someone to pay attention. Here's a touch that has a feel that can look like your Facebook ads, your truck wrap, your website, your door hangers, your everything else you're doing. Just a physical touch you can put in someone's hands, a postcard, or a letter, or a piece of mail that is sent to the post office.
Shows up in the mail. Now, talk to me about you guys. It's not just like, hey, here's a piece of mail. You guys have some cool like tech stuff going on here. Talk to me about what people don't realize they can do with direct mail.
Well, we didn't realize at first was like the print industry was run by a bunch of fat 70-year-old dudes who suck at golf, whose kids don't want to work for them. And like, hi, I'm your nephew, Dave. I get really excited about this stuff. So what we found was that these print shops were full of hardware, these printers, and these printers are computers. God forbid they talk to each other. So what we decided to do was there was something that wasn't happening. Trigger-based, life-based, event-based actions in a business. Think about your high-level account for all your clients. You have jobs, estimates getting approved, jobs getting approved, reminders getting set, thank yous, review requests, all these things, and they're triggers, and no one was looking at the direct mail side of things. So if you would have told us 3 years ago that we would own a print shop, we probably would have told you we were crazy. That wasn't in the plans. But we built a really cool piece of software that allowed for all these automations. And after going through the pain of different fulfillment partners, or everyone's heard of some of these huge companies that raised a bunch of money, they're doing this stuff. We said, these things are pieces of equipment, and they're humans that we can have pay to read these manuals that can run these things. So we took our software, which does direct mail automation with no minimum order. We own the print shop. So we do all the fulfillment end to end, from a simple automation, which is Dave fills out a website form, has a reminder, has a review request or a referral request or whatever. That's a simple automation, or a neighborhood automation where for a home service business, local business, whatever. Can we agree that humans are relative creatures?
Mm-hmm.
We live in the same neighborhoods for a reason. We make the same amount of money. We have the same amount of kids. We drive the same car. All these similarities, why we choose to live in this close proximity. Is it fair to say that your neighbor is more likely to buy the same thing as you are than someone across the other side of town that doesn't share those same qualities with you?
Sure, yeah.
So a neighborhood automation, put yourself in the shoes of a roofer, a home service, pest control. It could be a car dealership. It could be an insurance company locally, whatever the vertical is.
Mm-hmm.
When you do a neighborhood automation, we send postcards to the neighbors of a trigger. So you give us 123 Main Street and the nearest 5, 10, 50, 37, whatever you want. The neighbors receive a postcard. Hey, we're in the neighborhood. Pardon the dust, pardon the noise, we're working. Dave's company is local. Scan this QR code to leave a review. All these things that are happening, dope marketing, outside of the fact that I say dope 17 times in every sentence, it's data on previous engagement. There are things happening in your business and in your clients' businesses that are going on that are not getting the attention of direct mail because it's hard.
All right, hold on. I gotta jump in here. Let's break this down. You just talked about a couple of things. First of all, Dope and High Level integrate, right? Two different ways. You guys are in Zapier, we're in Zapier. We're called Lead Connector, if you didn't know that, to protect the white label. So you can very easily in High Level add a webhook step to any automation, any workflow, go to Zapier, and then trigger a piece of direct mail that Dope's going to send out
tomorrow.
Right. Let's make sure everybody's aware of that. Awesome.
100%.
You also have an open API, as do we. So if you are a programmer, you have a developer, an engineer on your team, you can plug the two in together that way as well.
Correct.
So awesome. Hopefully everybody understands that.
Check.
Now, you dropped a lot of it on us really quickly that I want to unpack. Neighborhoods. Yes, you're right. We cluster together for a reason. So any home services, any restaurant, car dealership, all that stuff is amazing. What I never thought about though was if I have one person's address, I can hit their neighbors. That's super cool. And so what a genius idea you said. Like imagine a roofing company, you book them a job, all of a sudden their neighbors are getting postcards saying, hey, pardon the noise, we'll be working on the Smith home for the next 14 days. By the way, if your roof is leaking too, we got your back. That's genius.
Best practices is what we like to call it. We have our moments, right? We all kind of figure some stuff out that works. And what we saw was just, attribution goes down. Facebook's messing with your conversions. There's all these things that we're not in control of. You know what you're in control of? Tried and true. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. The mail's coming.
That's amazing. I mean, my gears are spinning so fast right now of everything that you could do, all the industries that's amazing for. Even like, hey, the Johnsons just ordered sushi night. Like, did you know we're in town? Like, we just opened up, scan this QR code to claim a free spring roll or whatever.
And you just go to the triggers, right? We can all back out a workflow, a system, a campaign in our business that we're like, all right, estimate set, job approved, job scheduled, job complete. Mm-hmm. Every single one of those instances can be as intimate or as granular or as widespread as you want it to, because each one of those triggers, you can set a different webhook, a different automation. And think about this, the way data is passed in a business. So you send Dave Carroll out to 123 Main Street to do the roof inspection, right? We can get it down to where it's Dave's face, Dave's call tracking number, Dave's QR code, because Dave, the sales rep, is passing that yes, no logic of opening a door in the automation. So we have companies that have 100 reps that their top 12 killers, the company pays for their branded face, their thing, their tracking, their all, and then put best practices into it, right? We need ROI, we need tracking. So call tracking, texting, QR codes, all that stuff, it integrates completely with everything going on at high level. So you can tie all this stuff back. And the matching, when you go to true ROI, you're running top of funnel, you got Facebook ads going, Instagram, YouTube retargeting, all that stuff. The matchback report with our CRM integrations, you can take a timestamp and go from January 1st to January 30th, this lead status, hit integrate, and in your Dope marketing account, it bounces the addresses against the addresses for those leads. So you get a true attribution of maybe they didn't call from the postcard or scan the QR code or do whatever, but you can give credit back to the postcard because that address fell into a lead status that you can then attribute all together to give your clients a true ROI from all your different marketing channels.
That's awesome. I mean, you could easily get a ROI off the QR code. You could spin up a brand new number in High Level and then run a text whatever to this number, automation. There's so much that you could do. Now, you mentioned you guys don't charge, like there's no minimum. Can every single one that goes out be customized, or is it like a block?
So right now you have a postcard set up with an automation. What we have coming out at the end of Q2 is the variable data. So think of just like when you build an email, right? Yeah. Dave, like we have a new home buyer feed built in for any of you home service local people. We have a feed that you have access to inside of our system. 10 to 30,000 people that bought a home yesterday. So you say, I'm Dave, I work on a 90210. I want a 10-mile radius every day of every home that was purchased over 500,000. Where that's going is, Dave, welcome to the neighborhood and all the variable stuff. I mean, you look at the possibilities with print and the variable data, and I'm not going to say we have it all figured out, but we are leading best practices. And I feel confident saying we're pretty ahead of the ball when it comes to that stuff.
Wow. So does that mean we be able to pass over variables? Like, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. And that's pretty close, you said, end of Q2?
We're right there. You guys know how development goes well enough. I think it's been right there for an amount of time.
Yeah.
Right now, from the meeting I got out of at the beginning of the week, it's end of Q2 is variable data. But again, that could change next week and it can be done as far as
I love it. So let me ask you the question I'm sure everybody's wondering right now as they're watching is, what does it cost to send a postcard out automatically?
So we have free accounts that there's no subscription. You can pay $129 for a 6x9 postcard to go out at no minimum order. We have different levels of subscriptions on our retail. So to the branding, we have dope, doper, and dopest as our packages. gotta keep it,
Awesome.
But our agency plans have up to a 20% discount because we bolt on so well to agencies. We don't do Facebook, TikTok, AdWords, websites, landing pages, smoke signal. We don't do any of it. Print and direct mail is our game. And so we have a ton of different agency partners. The agency will work a deal with us where the agency usually will build let's say they're charging $1,500, $3,000, $5,000 a month, whatever their fee is. The agency will bake in our cost into their package. We will work out a deal where their clients have seen dope marketing, have been exposed to the brand, whatever. They'll have a dope account and they pay for their postcards, just like they pay Facebook or Google or YouTube or whatever for their ad spend. But the agency unlocks a discounted account for their clients, and then the clients get to come in. Postcards can get as low as 59 cents a piece for us for the fully automated ones. And like anything, we're in a very good position. No investors, no board, nothing like that. So it's all a conversation depending on the agency, what their path is, how many clients. There's always a healthy conversation to have there as far as a partnership with dope marketing.
Man, that's amazing. I think, I think some minds are exploding right now. Dave, we've got thousands of agencies that are going to be watching this video. If they're like, yes, sign me up. Is it dopemarketing.com or is there a different URL where agencies should head?
Very easy to find. Dopemarketing.com. Click on the agency page. You'll be connected with our business development team. And we pride ourselves on we've watched the growth and success of High Level. We manage our relationships and communications in a very similar fashion. We have a full business development team. You guys will get connected with someone that understands your vertical, that understands the size of your agency, your clients, and can point you in the right direction of where to provide value. We look at it like agencies have 100 problems during the day. We solve 4 of them perfectly.
Very cool. Well, Dave, you're also going to be at the Commitment Summit in Costa Rica in August, right?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to hang out poolside.
Very, very excited. So JC and those guys at Height just have such an amazing company, an amazing platform. And this event, I'm humbled to be on this roster of speakers with everyone, because for the size of this event and the intimacy for what's available and all-inclusive, Costa Rica, bring your family, and I think we're bringing all 4 of my kids to this.
Are you really?
I believe we are. Maybe the nanny too.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to hang. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
ghl.thecommitmentsummit.com. If you guys are interested, you can get 10% off your tickets, actually. And I think there are still a few left. So Dave, thank you so much for coming on, man. This is amazing. I can't wait to hear your talk. I think you're going to blow minds there as well, because again, this is like the old new. We're full circle again. This is the underexposed opportunity, I feel like, and you're bringing some fresh new takes on it. The whole neighborhood thing, I'm still like, my mind is still going nuts thinking about all the things that I could do with this combined with High Level. So thanks again for coming on.
Appreciate you having me.
Thanks guys for watching. We will see you in the next one.